Today we are going to discuss properties of algorithm. So what are the properties of algorithm? It should terminate within finite time. It should terminate within finite time. Or it is independent of programming language. What does it mean? Because it should be writing in a normal language so that every person can understand it. So that's why it is independent of any programming language. And why it should terminate within finite time? Because if it is not terminate in a finite time, then how we will get a perfect output and how we can say this is a perfect algorithm? That's why it should always terminate in a finite time. What? It should produce at least one output. It should produce at least one output, because with the help of this output only we will get that we are getting the correct output from that algorithm, or our algorithm is correct or not. And it should take 0 or more inputs. It should take 0 or more inputs. Why 0 here? Because maybe possible in some algorithm we are just doing printing thing. So whatever we are printing, we are writing in the algorithm. So there is no requirement of that input. That's why the input can be 0 or more. What? Suppose this is input, this is our algorithm, and this is our output. Suppose we are giving x input and we are getting y output. So whenever, how many times we are giving x input, we should get the same output, either one time, two time, whatever time we are giving that output, we should always get the same output. Then we can say it is deterministic in nature. We can say this algorithm is deterministic in nature. So how many times we will give the input, it will give the same output. And what does it mean? Suppose if we are saying non-deterministic or ambiguity. What does it mean? What does it mean? If we are giving the same input, we are getting sometimes y1 output, sometimes y2 output. Then for the same input, if we are getting different outputs, then this algorithm is called non-deterministic, or we can say this algorithm having ambiguity property. So that's why if for same output, for same input, we are getting the same output. If for same input we are getting the same output, then we can say that algorithm is deterministic. And if we are giving the same input but we are getting different output, then we can say the algorithm is non-deterministic, or algorithm is having ambiguity property. That's why every step in the algorithm should be deterministic. deterministic. That's why it is required that every step in the algorithm should be deterministic, or we can say unambiguous. And what next? There should be some relation between every two steps. There should be some relation between every two steps. Or we can say we should know from the statement what will come next. Detail we will discuss further. This is the some important term, or we can say detail we will when we discuss some algorithm in proper way, then we understand what does it exactly mean, and some things that are important here I'm just going to discuss. What is left to right? If we are moving left to right, then this is called left associative. Or if we are moving right to left, then this is called right associative. Suppose if we have x is equals to a plus b minus c. So is it left associative or right associative? We cannot say, because plus and minus both are present here, and both are having same precedence. Left plus and minus both are present here, and both are having same precedence, so we cannot say it is left associative or right associative. So for more clarity also we can say this is ambiguous, as I have discussed earlier. So this is a statement by which we can understand this is ambiguous. So how we can write it? We should write in a proper way so that it should be non-ambiguous. So if we write like this, then it is clear, then first we have to do it, then we do it. So this is not ambiguous here. So in that way we can identify the precedence of plus or minus. So this is the way of writing the algorithm so that it is always unambiguous and we can work in a proper way.